All right, so that one thing that has always driven me to this business were events. Um, from the moment that I went to my first Super Saturday and I realized that you were able to win a trip and it was going to be completely paid for. Yaima, what do you need? The link? We're talking about the retreat right now. Don't worry, if you're busy, I'm recording it. No, no, mommy. No, today was is the call for the retreat for the qualifications. No worries. I'm recording it. Don't worry. And this is all coming out on the recording, so you're good. All right, Chuchi. Bye. A pen. Silita. That was Yaima. Okay, she's like recorded. So I've always been event driven. From the moment that I realized that I could get Lewis a trip and I saw him, I'm like, what do I have to do to get a trip? All I have to do is find 3 people a month. And by the end of the 12 months, I win a trip. And then when I started seeing, and they're like, obviously, Beachbody goes out of their way to make everything more exclusive, top of the line, the luxury. And there is obviously a reason behind that. It's because through the events, they know that they have all these coaches that what's happening. People are watching through the lens, through the other side. The idea for Beachbody is to try to create the environment where people want to be part of that. They're like, I want that. So when I saw that I could do that, that was my carrot. And I spoke about it in the little chat. I had to have a little carrot that was dangled in front of me. And I was like, I want to do that. So at first it was hard. I was like, there's no way I can get 3 people every day. I mean, every month. And little by little, that was what I wanted. And I took my first trip. And I remember telling Lewis, I was like, you're going to see, I'm going to show you this is for real. I'm going to take you on this trip. And when I won the trip, I'm like, we're going, and look at the hotel. And it had just been built for 1 year. And we got there and they had literally this cucumber amazing drink waiting for us. Welcome to Beachbody. This is this show. I mean, it was top of the line. I was like, wow, this is exactly what I wanted. And the room with the tub outside, everything included, top of the line shelf liquor. They were like bringing us the menu, and I was like, ceviche, please. And we want churrasco. I was like, no. And it was awesome. And that being in that trip, I was able to connect with Anna and Dixie. And there was a connection that was made that day, and that was or that trip. And that's what I told them. I'm like, that's the day that was our honeymoon, you know. And it was a time that our husbands connected, and they realized they hung on by themselves. They realized that we're all the same kind. So a connection was made that was beyond this whole Beachbody thing, but that in the end are the things that pull you to this, you right, that make you stick to it. So there's that side of it, and it always comes for me. It's always come with events. So I don't know if you guys are aware what NLC is, but basically it's a conference. Once you start leveling up in the business, then you start able there these events that you are invited to. Our team won 1 star in August. So that won us a place. Plus, you need leadership points. Leadership points are based on how many people you're recruiting. Just technicalities, your volume, which once you guys get there, I will be more than happy to share all that information. Um, but right now, the only thing I think you basically need to know, and the reason I created this was because since we got invited to NLC and this year it's virtual, it kind of sucks. It was supposed to be in Vegas and I was super excited. I was like, yeah, we're going to go to Vegas on Beachbody and I don't want to see where we're staying. I was like already imagining it, but COVID had other plans. And I was going to be able to take Lewis with me if I wanted to. Sure. But I would have won my hotel. I mean, top of the line. But it didn't happen. So what they're doing now, and one of the things that they did, and the only reason I know is because there's also another event called the Leadership Retreat, and for that retreat, you have to be 5-star and above. They just did that retreat a month and a half ago. They usually do it in Arizona, and Monica invited me to the event virtually. So when I saw what they did with the event, where they're gonna send you these boxes, they did sushi with Carl Deichler and Mike, and they had a sushi class, and they send them like these little sample liquor things so that you can make a drink. And they had this Nobu chef teaching you how to make this drink, you know, and it's nice. Like they're really going. There's Yaima. He's in the waiting room. Nothing. All right, so they really go out of their way. They send you an apron. So when I was thinking about it, I was like, bueno, the best thing that I can try to do is make an event out of it, because I think it's going to be the only way. We already have enough of us where we can dangle a carrot for all of us, because I want to have this. I want to be able to say, you know, we're doing this with our team. But at the same time, you guys all need a carrot, because if not, you're not going to move. I made sure that I looked for 3 people every month because I had that little carrot. When we have the retreats that I've qualified, the first one was in West Palm Beach. The second one we did was in Orlando. The third one was in Tennessee. And then this one's going to be back in Orlando. I had to qualify for that. But you know what? Every time that was coming by and qualifications were coming by, I had to level it up. You have to get uncomfortable because you want to go. Yanni did the same thing. Yanni recruited 5 coaches last month, and it was only because she needed to make sure she was at that retreat. You know, it's like from the inspiration of desperation is where you sometimes have to take action when you're scared. And then what you realize, which is what I told Louis today, I was like, I remember when I was sitting there and I'm like, how am I going to get 2 people? How am I going to get 2 people? Like, I have no idea. Oh my God, how do I do this? Like, I swear to God, I remember sweating about it. And then I tell him now, and I'm like, and last week I was able to recruit 5 coaches in 1 week. You would have told me that 3 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, fuck no. You know, and it's just because I've been dangled so many different carrots that every time you dangle that carrot, you're stepping yourself up. And it's just because you stop, and it's also psychology of it. It's because all of a sudden your efforts are no longer in the I can't do it. Your effort in that is in the I want that. So if you're saying I want that, and this is what's happening to you psychologically, you're already turning off that I can't do it. I can't do it. You're saying I want that. I want that. So what you're telling yourself changes, which is why the action is different. Turns out you have a different outcome. Okay. So the only qualification you're going to have in order to be part of the retreat is to be Emerald. You have to wake up on January 14th as an Emerald coach. Okay, January 14th, it's December 19th. I am going to tell you right now that being Emerald is a decision, like 24 hours. It can just happen, but you don't need 24 hours. You have until January 14th. Okay, I'm going to share with you guys the best Emerald call that I have found so that you can understand just the verbiage. A lot of the times, the only problem where the problem lies is in the verbiage. And all you need is a little tweak. I learned that after going to Monica sometimes, and it happened to me. I haven't always hit Success Club 5, Success Club 10. Last year, I didn't hit Success Club three times last year. And I told myself, I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore. So I know what it feels like to think, I don't have anybody to talk to. I struggle a lot of the times. I do. But if you stay consistent, I promise you, it just happens. Like it just becomes a point that it just becomes natural because you're at it. So I suggest get on power hours. We didn't have that before. I share with you guys the calendar. I try to be on those as much as possible. If you can do at least 2 power hours a week from here to there, that's going to help you because you're sitting down, you're writing down, you're talking to people, you're getting ideas. And again, a lot of the times it's just a tweak in the verbiage. There was a time there where I had to switch from Facebook to IG because I was heavy on Facebook. I barely used IG. Facebook started slipping and my business suffered for like 8 months, that switch. And I went to Monica and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, that's it. I think I lost it. My warm market is gone. And she's like, but just keep at it. Just keep going. And something is going to switch. And she's like, and it's not that you're doing anything wrong. Keep showing up every day and just find different ways of saying your story. So that also is important. You have to share. You think people are not listening, but they are. They're definitely watching. Okay, so the idea would be January 29th is a Friday. The event starts on January 29th, but it starts at LA time. Okay, so that's good because we're gonna have time. The idea would be to check in Friday. We would do they give us a workout like everything Beachbody. You know, you do a workout first. They're gonna give us a live trainer where we'll get to work out with them of a Friday workout and a Saturday workout. Then we'll do the trainings. They're supposed to have you're gonna meet Carl Deichler, which is, you know, you've never known, you don't know about him or have never heard him speak. It's great to see like where this company really comes from, like what kind of man he is, you know, what he believes in. He's super cool. Mike, which is super funny. You get to meet the corporate people from that matter, you know, the people that actually make up the company. If I would have been an LLC, they would have taken us to the actual headquarters, to where they work. They show you that they have like a Shakeology bar. You would have been able to see all the ingredients. I know, I'm so upset. And everybody says that NLC is awesome because it's the smallest one of the leadership conferences.
Would you be able to go back after to get the tour and stuff?
No, I'm gonna complain about it. I'm gonna ask him, Carver. I'm gonna add it. Can we please, like, you should book us next year to have a specific for a makeup.
Yeah.
But whatever. I hope so. So I'm sure they're gonna go into all the trainings and they're gonna be able to teach us, you know, different things, especially how social media is changing. We get to hear from top coaches. They have keynote speakers, which is always my favorite. I don't know who they're going to be bringing in, but they do bring professionals. And then professional keynote speakers. And then the idea would be at night or after. I think they break out at 2:00 in the afternoon, because when we did Monica's, we broke out like at 2. Then after that, I figured we could hang out at the beach. We can even do like team building exercises, like just stuff that is going to bring us together as a team, because that is important. That's going to make us strong. And then at the same time, we're elevating ourselves. The idea is to be able to take those experiences. And when you feel those things, when you spend a weekend when we're going to spend a weekend together, we're going to cry, we're going to laugh, we're going to get drunk, somebody's going to fall. Like, those things connect us as human beings. And then that gives you the conviction when you want to go out there and look for people to join us. Then the truth is easier to believe because you're speaking with your experience, you know, and basically I think that we become tight enough where like we're all watching out for each other, you know, and that's what's going to make us stick to the 9 weeks. And that's what's going to make us, at the same time, we can make money. Like, think about it. You go Emerald and you can start paying for your products. Even if this is something that you say, okay, I don't want to make a business out of it, you can at least pay for your products. Why not work for free? Because remember, you stay with 2 Emeralds, they're going to keep consuming and you're cycling. Plus, then all of a sudden, the lead program opens up. And for anybody who's watching this call that doesn't know what an Emerald is, or for anybody watching this call that wants more detail on it, all it is, I can send you a video. We'll show you the actual logistics of it. But all you have to do is find 2 people that want to, yes, sign up straight up as a coach. Right now, if you sell a challenge pack and they sign up as a coach, okay, you're getting $60 per person. That's the fast cash bonus because they signed up as a coach from the beginning and you sold a challenge pack. $50 with 2 people that you sign up, you've already paid for your Shakeology. So it does make sense if you think about it that way. And then I honestly think is keep it simple. What do you have to do? Find 2 people to do the exact same thing you did. Buy a challenge pack, sign us up as a coach, and that's it. That's all you have to do. And you plug them into our team. You plug them into our chat. We take care of each other. We're going to feed it. We got that energy. We already got that part done. All you got to do is find the people. And sometimes the people closest to you. I remember I was on when I went to hear the training that Monica took us to. Danielle McKean said, sometimes you have to make a list, go through your phone. This was one of the best things I learned this year. Go through your phone, because we're so stuck on social media, we forget about the contacts, about the people in our phone. Go through there, sit down, and I made my list of all the people that I can help, that I, even though I've been talking to them for 5 years, my cousins, my primas. I'm like, there's cousins of mine that know that I do this, and I haven't And if I've reached out, I reached out 2 years ago, they said no. And my mind, you know what I'm thinking? Oh, because they already know what I do, they're not going to come up to me. No, people sometimes don't want to do the change. They need to have you invite them. They need to have you say, hey, look, why don't you do this with me? I do it anyway. You know, I've been doing it for a while. Try it out. And you know what? Don't be scared to ask for help. That was the thing that made me go 1-star. I asked for help. I went to every single one of you and I said, listen, I want to go 1-star, which means that I might have to call you and ask you, can you please buy a product or can you please go active? But that's going to get us to 1-star. And I really want to go to NLC. Can you help me get there? I would have never done that a year ago, which is probably why I wasn't 1-star a year ago. I went to Inez. She was a challenger. I told her, Inez, I need you to help me. Please become a coach. In 2 months, if you want to quit or you don't want to pay the $15, that's fine. But I really want to do this. And the moment I did that, and it's just a matter again of psychology, and I've learned it because of personal development. It was all a matter of telling the people that I had where I wanted us to go. And that's how I had to do it. By telling them the truth. This is where I want us to go, but I need your help. Don't be scared to say that. And people are gonna, you know what? You're gonna feel better. You're gonna create a better relationship with that person, and you're gonna realize that people do want to help you too. Like Nell was like, girl, no problem. Right now, what do I need to do? Send me the share card. Amy, anytime I've needed her, same thing too. You know, and that's awesome. That's awesome. That's why I always say that I need you guys just as much. So I think that's pretty much it. Emerald by January 14th. Plug into Power Hours. The logistics of it, I want to stay at the Seacoast just because we used to party up there like since I was in high school, and the rooms are really nice. They're big. They have really nice views. The prices right now are not too bad because of the whole COVID thing. The reason I'm doing it the 14th, even though you would have a week in between, is because I have to figure out whether I'm going to get the 2-bedroom suite or the 3-bedroom suite, depending on how many people qualify for it. The 3-bedroom suite holds up to 8 people. So comfortably, where everybody would have somewhere to sleep without having to sleep on a couch. So with the 3-bedroom suite, it would be 8 of us in the sofa bed. Yes. Oh, there's people there, baby. Yeah. But babe, there's people there. So that's the idea. The reason I have to do it the 14th is so that I can decide whether I'm gonna get the 2-bedroom or the 3-bedroom suite. I think it's gonna be fun. I want to take pictures. I'm gonna have surprises. Like, I'm gonna make it good. I just want you all there, and I'm here to help you guys any way I can. Verbiage, I mean, whatever it is. And another thing, if anybody that you sign up decides that this is open for anybody in Team Driven, and they become an Emerald coach by January 14th, they're in. That's the only qualification. So if you want to go away with your prima somewhere or with your friend, this is a perfect opportunity. Guys, that's it. Any questions?
It sounds great. I'm gonna push for it. I definitely need to regain my emerald again. So I definitely want to push for that.
I know everybody here can do it. Honestly, it's a decision. That's all it is. And it's getting uncomfortable. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're asking anybody for blood. You're probably helping somebody that needs it, And I've told I told my cousin Lisa, I was like, listen, try it. If you don't like it, I promise you return the bag of Shakeology and they give you your money back. Like, share that more with the people that you really care about, because it's the truth. You're not lying to them, and let them know this is going to help me out. So I love you guys. Who's going?
Show me your French doors.
Huh?
Show me your French doors behind you.
Oh, look. Oh, and guess what I'm getting right now?
Stop recording first.
Hold on.
Mira qué lindo.
Mira. No, and the front door. Look at my front door. How different.
Beautiful, beautiful.
See it?
Love it.
Tan bellas. It makes tremendo difference.
It does make tremendous difference. It does. And you know what? I'll be at there, but there's nothing like having your house. Like, it's worth it. I'm like, what do you think I'm working on weekend? I have to stay home, but I don't care staying home. That's when it matters. Y deja que pongamos allá afuera el patio. I told you in 2 years we'll be jumping in the pool. Tenga la truza.
Bill for real.
I want to
En
do
tanga, en tangas.
I want to in tangas. I want to do a little deck, a wooden deck, so that I can put a little Buddha to meditate.
Oh my God, how awesome.
We're gonna have our own little resort.
That's nice.
For all of us.
And you have the space, which is beautiful.
Yeah, and then we'll have the sign that says Pachangaville. Ladies, I love you. Van a work out.
Yeah, I have to work out now.
I have to still muster la gana. Like the good thing is today I'm like at a slow pace. I like sometimes to be able to just do it whenever I want.
Oh yeah, that's me
That's
Monday
good.
to Friday.
And I'm gonna get to meal prepping later, so I'll be sharing that. I put up a document for anybody. If anybody wants a one-on-one, so if anybody needs anything this weekend, I will be working.
Gracias.
All right, ladies.
Dale, have a good one, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.